Well, the main message is that it's a good idea. We don't object to the idea of housing for the homeless people. It's the wrong location. That's the bottom line. This is the wrong location for the over $500,000 that's being spent for a 6-month housing solution for the winter. This is the wrong location. It's just not providing them with a easy access to the facilities that they need, and it also is creating a potential atmosphere for unsafe community for those who do live here and come to access our beautiful zoo.
We get visitors from all over coming to the Peterborough Zoo, and like you said, it's right there. So the impact, the potential impact of having a temporary shelter right here on the zoo, on visitors that come, on school trips is obvious. And so it seems clear to many of the folks here that this is simply not the right location for this establishment.
This is a zoo area, right? And kids play here, and kids land and water pad and zoo view park all in here, all public facility in here. Why we have to choose this place as a homeless shelter? We have so many places we can choose, right? Do we think about our next generation? Do we think about the Peterborough future? That's all my opinion.
It's again the location by a zoo that a lot of individuals have concerns about the zoo across Peterborough. So I think not only in this neighborhood, not only in Northcrest Ward, but throughout the city of Peterborough, residents are saying it's the wrong location.
The key message here is compassion is important, having compassion on homeless, but it should not come at the cost of public safety, and more importantly, the public being informed. So residents here, I've spoken to quite a number of them already this morning, and they really think that their concerns haven't been heard. They're not being taken seriously. They're faced with a city council who seems to have made a decision without consulting them, without looking at proper alternatives, and are just really bulldozing ahead. And I don't think that's the kind of city council that we need in Peterborough.
The council did support this 9-2. The two North End councillors, myself and Councillor Hakey, strongly opposed it. So council has made that decision. One of the big concerns is this will eventually become permanent. So I did to remind the residents here, there's an election in a few months, and it's important to ask the candidates, do they support this? Do they support shelters in residential neighborhoods to ensure this does not become permanent and we don't continue to put shelters in residential neighborhoods that can create issues for families in the area?
We have going door to door, speaking with people. We have had comments of concern it's not the right location for the people who require housing for the winter. It's not anywhere near the services that they access, and also the wrong location because it's close to the Riverview Park and Zoo. It is close to predominantly a seniors development, right directly adjacent. The sidewalk connects actually, and also where young families are across the street, an apartment building right there with families. People are very concerned that this is the wrong location. We need to have some place that's better solution for everyone, and we want city to look into that. We really haven't had much in the way of feedback as to what were the alternate sites they looked at, and so we're asking for that information, and if they have not searched it out adequately, let's look for a better long-lasting solution, something that's sustainable for all parties involved.
So I guess I'm hearing maybe two different a lot of people saying, hey, this is maybe the right solution, but the wrong location. There's been a number of other locations suggested downtown. City councilors maybe not being willing to look into those other locations. And then a lot of people saying, actually, this isn't the right kind of solution to have a temporary fix, to have a temporary winter shelter without support services around isn't the right kind of solution at all, really, that it's a Band-Aid for a more serious problem. I think at the very least, a solution here is for City Council to take the concerns of residents seriously. This is not a haphazard group here. This is a carefully, a well thought out list of concerns in terms of cost, in terms of safety, in terms of suitability of the location, support services all around. So at the very least, a solution here should be City Council being transparent and saying, here are the other locations we looked into, here are other locations we could look at, here are the trade-offs, here are the positive minuses in all of these, and have a full accounting. Residents here are having trouble even hearing back from council in terms of what other locations were explored before this one was decided upon. And so at the very least, there should be a proper transparency to say, here's hear the possible locations, hear the possible solutions, and get input from residents. In the political climate in Peterborough, especially, residents are worried if they have any kind of opposition to either permanent or temporary shelters, that they're going to be automatically shouted down as not compassionate, as uncaring. And I want to say, well, compassion means also having compassion on residents who live in the area, who are going to have to deal with the fallout potentially of antisocial behavior, of crime. Compassion goes both ways, and we can balance dignity and compassion, and we're not willing to let counselors or public who say we want to have shelters wherever we decide to have them. We're not going to let them weaponize the use of the word compassion to say compassion must mean this shelter has to go here and you can't say anything about it. Instead, what I'm hearing from the residents here is, no, we do have compassion. We don't want anybody left out in the winter. Of course, I don't want to live in that kind of city, that kind of country. But we need to choose these locations more carefully. And in the middle of a residential area is not careful decision making.
And I think the main message is right idea, but wrong location. Residents have legitimate issues about the location here, whether it's safety, $168,000 for cabs back and forth, some crime issues. So it was good to be here to listen and to support the residents who have concerns about this temporary shelter at the fire station. And I think the residents who are here today sending a strong message to council that they don't agree with it. It's the wrong location, and let's ensure this does not become permanent.
And a very telling part at the council meeting was that the majority of the councillors admitted this is the wrong location. However, they still went ahead and passed for the 6-month period for it to be here this winter. So it's very telling that they recognize this is the wrong location. And we understand this may not change for this season because timing and the election and everything, but we want to look for the winter after that. Where is it going to be? Let's start things in motion now so that we can find a better solution for everyone to make it a more sustainable and safe solution for all. That's what we're asking for.